Greetlings! Welcome to the brand newish channel where I'll be uploading most of my roleplay content, including VODs from my stream, as well as videos just like this one. For those of you who may not know me, I am Distortion Devil. You can call me Dee or Judas or Connor, it doesn't really matter. I've been roleplaying all my life, and I've been an active member of the TTRPG community for nearly 2 decades. I've been featured in actual play shows such as The Unexpectables, Explorers of Erdzeheimel, Roll With Me, Dice Legends, and more. I might even be able to get away with calling myself a professional roleplayer. And with all of this role-playing experience underneath my belt, I'd like to posit something to the TTRPG public that maybe goes overlooked.
No, I'm too comfy.
Everyone's got their comfortable niches they like to default to when it comes to characters they want to roleplay as. Emotionally unavailable bad boys.
I'm the coolest.
Soft-spoken and genuinely kind-hearted little baby bees.
I love kids!
And, of course, more often than not, they gotta be hot. And that's fine. But hear me out. I think role-playing is one of the most fulfilling forms of self-expression ever conceived. You're donning a mask and trying to navigate another person's thoughts, feelings, motivations. You might even be able to learn something from these characters you embody. I'm always looking for new ways to broaden my horizon and deepen my character work. And I always recommend trying new things when it comes to role-playing. Some of you may be nervous about that, and that's fine. If you don't know where to begin on playing outside of your comfort zone, I have a quick and easy tip for you. You can have everything you want your character to be. Just make one change. Ask yourself this: what if they were unattractive? And I don't mean unconventionally attractive. All too often in media, and especially in anime, being fat, ugly, smelly, or deformed in some way is a surefire sign that you're evil. Your twisted form is an appropriate reflection of your soul. But of course we all know that's not necessarily true. You could be the strongest, most altruistic paragon of good while having a face that looks like raw hamburger. For instance, there's the Nosferatu in Vampire the Masquerade. Their whole thing is that they're hideously deformed creatures of superhuman strength.
Damn, man! Don't be sneaking up on a brother with your crackhead skin disease test tube baby looking ass! Damn near shit my pants!
Normal people are gonna be horrified by your appearance. Merely existing for you is straight up harder than it is for other vampires under the watchful eye of the Camarilla. In order to maintain the masquerade, you need to remain out of the public eye. Sometimes this means living in sewers or condemned buildings, or with communities of homeless that don't care what you look like, only that you can keep them safe. And like that, you can blend seamlessly into the setting and the character, keeping up the masquerade in your own unique way. And that's the crux of all of this. Your character isn't going to be lesser because they're ugly, just different. And sure, some characters might give you a hard time because of your appearance, but that opens up amazing opportunities for roleplay. If your ugly character gets called ugly, what do? Do they sulk and walk away? Do they get angry? Maybe they just say, I know. Because it's a fact of their life they can't change, and they're not bothered by it. Or maybe they secretly are, and just play it being unaffected. And here's the thing.
Comedians. The whole lot of yous.
Yeah, I know. Ben Grimm of the Fantastic Four was mutated by cosmic rays into a decidedly monstrous, stony visage. He's not pretty, that much should be apparent to anyone who's even looked at a Fantastic Four comic, but he's also stubborn, kind-hearted, and deceptively sensitive. He struggles internally with the accident that turned him into the Thing. but he knows he has an important role to play in saving the world on a daily basis. He's a friendly guy who wants to help folks. And he's got great friends who have his back regardless of how he looks. Most of the time. Indeed, the Fantastic Four would be woefully incomplete without the Thing, and I think the Thing would likewise feel not quite right if he didn't look the way he does. When the chips are down and the day needs saving, you better believe.
Milady, 'tis the clobbering hour.
There are other more subtle ways your character's appearance can reflect on them. Sometimes a character being ugly has no bearing on their overall character, but it can tell a story about them. Dallinar Kholin from the Stormlight Archive is described as having an unfortunate face, the opposite of handsome, some people even call him. He's survived more battles than he can count, and the tall, dark, handsome features typical of Alethi nobility look more like they're hammered into place on Dallinar, and not gently so. Yet despite these descriptions, it rarely ever gets brought up. His actions, more than anything, are what defines him. He's known throughout the setting as the Blackthorn, a nickname he earned as he waded through a battlefield, his shard plate littered with arrows, making his silhouette look like some kind of angry thorn bush. He's one of the most feared warriors on Roshar, and without spoiling anything, he's got an unfortunately very earned reputation as a brutal war criminal. But everyone who really knows him sees a deeply troubled man trying his absolute best to do right by the people he's wronged. Even if those attempts are unsuccessful, he still tries, and that says more about his character than his appearance ever could. His story of trying to find redemption is heartbreaking, awe-inspiring, and beautiful, even if maybe he isn't. It shows that charisma isn't just a physical thing. It's the force of your personality, your ability to draw people in and promote devotion and enthusiasm. It literally means grace and charm. You can have both of these things without being conventionally attractive. Just look at Jack Black. He's kinda dumpy looking, but his confidence and sense of humor draw people in, even if he is a sellout now. Certainly being beautiful can help. People are naturally attracted to attractive things, but it's by no means a necessity, and I'll show you why with one more character. Cyrano De Bergerac could be described as a Renaissance man. He's a noble, a poet, and a duelist with a keen mind, a sharp tongue, a short fuse, and a very large nose. Cyrano's nose is a large part of his character, both figuratively and quite literally. It's described as obnoxious and hideous. Cyrano uses that to his advantage, though. He disarms people with his appearance. Instead of wearing it like armor, he figuratively and once almost literally uses his long nose like a sword. He was at a party once, and Viscount Valvert insulted his nose in front of everyone. He said, "Hey you, that's quite the large thing you have there." And Cyrano just said, "Haha, that's what she said." And this man proceeds to come up with like 18 jokes about his own nose on the fly that are way funnier than what the Viscount said, and a crowd begins to form. They're loving it. It's literally called the Tirade du Nez. When he's done, Cyrano says, "My elegance is interior. I may have a big nose, but you have a dull wit." And the Viscount was seeing red. He challenged him to a duel, and Cyrano whooped him while still cracking jokes. Despite being described as hideous, this is exactly the kind of thing you'd expect from a max charisma bard. I'm not trying to call your characters boring because they're pretty. It's fun to play your strong, confident, sexy OCs with your friends who are also playing their strong, confident, sexy OCs. To that end, feel free to just disregard my opinion entirely. That's what all this is at the end of the day, just an opinion, a suggestion, and one that I'm glad you listened to all the way through. Tell me about your first time you played a character outside of your comfort zone in the comments. If you liked this video and you want more like it, you can support the Devils and Dice Rolls Patreon to fund content like this. I promise to try and get more videos like this one out more frequently. But until then, have a goodbye.